Yes. Greetings and welcome to my Cancer person. Welcome to your private, actually rather public reading. This is the energy of Cancer in the month of September 2020. My name is Ron. Welcome to Tarot of the Twin Sun, my channel. Yeah, so I will be pulling a 9 card spread for you, showing the energy of you, your significant other, and the mirror between you. Okay, this is the Great Mirror spread. The Great Mirror is a tool designed to show apparencies and how things can be warped according to the vision that is cast in subjective mirroring. And essentially, there's like action as well as non action that occurs from this karmas, and we can go ahead and see what's going on between you and the energy of someone else through the mirror. Also, I'll be building a small bridge and I'll be doing extended for your energy, focusing on their intentions in the connection as well as their emotional responsibilities, what they're essentially feeling in terms of the connection. So you can find that in the About section. There's an email, and I can send you a private link for that. So let's begin. Okay. Okay. Very interesting. There is a lot of work, um, uh, action and non-action, especially going on between you and this person. Mostly, it's dealing with the outer world and how there are certain things and patterns emerging from there. Um, yes, just center in on the energy a bit. So, the underscoring vibe of what I'm seeing here is essentially cups not being served properly, emotions being withheld accordingly. There's a great period within the mirror of essentially isolation and the need to find the inner light in order to understand the connection clearly. There's something that you want to bring to this person. It has to do with an emotional sort of enlightenment, something that is heavily suppressed in one way. And there's something also that it withholds you from actually moving forward in another way. There are suppressed romantic inclinations towards this person, and the person that you're dealing with, the significant other, also has a mirroring of this. Their desires are not being expressed, culminating into a type of steamy energy, okay, through the Hermit card here. Now, Hermit's in reverse, meaning that there's some sort of methodology that's in the season of Virgo that you may be trying to understand the connection through a little bit more analysis from an objective or a distant perspective, okay? Because of this, there is a mutual sort of agreement here. One where there is an objective sort of distance and a need to suppress either romantic inclinations on your end and desire on their end, okay? Big time. Turning into a type of anger or some sort of passive aggressiveness, okay? You have to watch out. During the season of Virgo, there can be a lot of self criticism within this connection, and both of you can be very critical on this connection, okay? A lot of this is very subtle energy too. The conscious realm is being suppressed in a way. It's being brought down into the subconscious realm, meaning that there's a tendency to program this sort of suppression into your subconscious mind. You have to be very careful because essentially there is something that needs to be expressed here, either love or passion, that is being squelched in some sort of way for the energy of Cancer with the aspect of Virgo here strong. Now, um, there on a soul level, there is certainly some heavy action on your end. You represent the Wheel of Fortune, okay, in this connection, meaning that there's some sort of shift or some sort of karma that is essentially revolving around um, the weighing up of certain social standings within this connection and trying to understand certain labels in such a connection. But this is a very intense sort of responsibility you have, in that you signify the great wheel and the turning of such a thing. There's almost something machinistic about this connection for you, in that in the chaos that ensues, there is an empowerment that you can embody by understanding this connection, by understanding the sort of the shifty quality of it. Okay, the eight of rods is here in the reverse. There's a lot of rods action on this end, so they represent mostly for you some sort of inspirational sort of um, an object of desire mostly. And I strictly underscore the word object of desire. There's something about you that objectifies this person, and you have to be very careful in that you may treat them, yes, externally, but also as a possession or something that you can, hold or perhaps admire from a distance. Okay, because the Wheel of Fortune is here, there certainly is a Uranian aspect to this, meaning that you could be healing them on the soul level, perhaps releasing some sort of block when it comes to communications, and being true to oneself. There's something about them that that cannot rise up to the challenge, with the Seven of Rods being hinted at very slightly, or perhaps when the addition comes to this, then there's some sort of understanding that they've been burned somehow. Okay, what they want to do in this connection is vastly different. We'll get into that in just a moment. Before that, the Pentacle shows up and the Wheel shows up within the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, La Donna di Denari. There's something about this connection that that's very difficult to repair on a soul level, mainly because this person also may tend to objectify you in some sort of way, or perhaps on the reverse. There's some sort of possessive quality here, that once one person, an agent, either them or you, tries to hold a connection or promise some sort of pentacle, some sort of revolution, some sort of turn, this turn essentially pushes you and shifts you dramatically. You evolve out of the connection through the energy of Uranus, okay? Which can be very flighty, but also very chaotic in a certain way, okay? Um, because the Nine of Rods is here on your end, as well as the interesting, very interesting, okay? Now there are connections being made. Right, so this tier here is essentially the realm of manifestation, that which we program into our subconscious mind to become a mantra and become our reality in some sort of way. The magical realm is here, okay? You have the Nine of Rods here, meaning that you want to embrace something if you've already been into like a proper sort of flow, or an action within a dance, if you will. There's something about it that has to do with the culmination of certain things, primarily that of the heart's desire, and understanding your place in it. You want to have the understanding and perhaps feel totally what has occurred and embrace that in some sort of way. Usually it's the card of experience, okay? They pull from your experience in some sort of way to really bring about what what their soul is urging them to express. But the irony is that they have set boundaries in the wrong places, or perhaps they're shifting their energy, and there's something that they take from you that leaves you into a place of challenge, which you're willing to meet, I think. But there's something about them that pulls from you in some sort of way, one of your rods, and they do that to unlock doors in their external world, okay? So they're learning through this connection, and it's helping them in some way. Now, it could be that they're also taking from you in some sort of another way, like, and this breaks your heart in another way. It's very difficult to truly see. We can look at that, be extended, especially why the Five of Swords is reversed here. Something happened, and there certainly is some sort of fallout here that was either narrowly averted, some sort of tragedy narrowly averted, or perhaps a type of sacrifice at the expense of telling truth or at least having proper communication. There's something here about a meeting of the minds, but a hesitancy, a great stagnation that happens, and essentially some sort of truth that doesn't really come to be revealed. Okay, that will be covered in the extended as well. But primarily, I'm seeing here some sort of disconnect, especially with communications, instability on the soul level, something like an unhealthy connection in which you have to play the healer for someone who cannot totally express their heart's desire or make that vocal in some sort of way. They tend to take from you a bit of your wisdom here, and through the experience of that which is you and the connection with you, they create sort of barriers, or they open doors with their external world. We can look into a bit of that as well with the extended. The bridge here is saying that there is a cycle of the mind that is causing a great deal of fear here, that has you in the middle, okay? There could be a fear of you offering your cup totally to this person, but I'm seeing you as still doing that. They are also negotiating that, but they owe something, and not only that, their cup is veiled. It's very difficult for them to convey emotional responsibility for the time being, but we're going to go into their emotional sort of understanding as well with the extended. Two of Swords is here. It's been showing up regularly here, especially the Two of Swords meeting with the Two of Swords, the sacrifice of truth, and the understanding of a greater sort of hand in play. The World comes in here, mirroring essentially the Wheel of Fortune. Some sort of hidden vision will come at the cost of some sort of emotional or mental departure. Once this occurs, then you'll understand a bit more on the hidden understanding of why this had to fall out, or why this is potentially quite toxic in a way. You'll find out soon. So I'm going to go switch over to the extended. If you would like to join me, just email me at my about section for that. So please take care now, and I thank you for tuning in. Bye.